What's up, guys, gals? Your host of the most Griever as always, bringing you guys the next piece of One Piece. Chapter 1077, entitled, Should Have Noticed Sooner. And, you know what? That title, I think if I edited it a little bit, it would have been what I should have expected sooner. I got really excited, really pumped up when I saw, of course, the next One Piece chapter. I'm so used to being so excited for the next One Piece chapter. And I don't know why I really am being. I'm not going to hate on this chapter in any way, shape, or form, but the fact of the matter is that if you guys have seen my previous videos, you already know I'm not the biggest fan of the Egghead Island arc. I think it's probably the weakest arc in all of One Piece as it stands right now. The best parts of this arc are literally when we're not on Egghead Island. The best parts of this arc is when we go away and we jump to other scenes with other characters where we're all like, ooh, what's going to happen with them? Ooh, what's going to happen with them, right? Just like last chapter. So this chapter follows us back on Egghead Island for the entirety of the chapter. And in all honesty, it can be summarized by they fight and the person in the shadows is still winning and we still don't have any indication or clue who it is. That's pretty much the summary of the chapter. Not to say that the chapter is actually bad in any way, shape, or form. The comedy's there a little bit. Some of the Straw Hats are winning their battles against their Seraphim, and some have just about straight up lost against certain Seraphim, showcasing just how powerful these Seraphim are. So that's fine. We get a nice comedic moment with Zoro there, referencing, the Lunarian DNA that's clearly and evident in the Seraphim and stuff. We do get a nice comedic moment with him, and of course being Zoro's awesome. I like Zoro a lot. So that was quite funny that, Kaku and Luffy, even Luffy and Lucci were just like, how did you not notice this detail sooner? Because they were wasting their attacks, It was Gear 4th, Kongon, and it was Rokuogon, in leopard form and all this craziness. And he was like, oh yeah, flames. Yeah, where did I just do that? I just did that like a week ago. I just fought a dude like that, so... There was a little bit of comedy there, but pretty much we're still at the same stalemate we were at, last chapter and the chapter before for the most part. It seems like S-Shark is losing or has lost. I don't know if completely defeated. We didn't really get a title card or anything, but I think for the most part, S-Hawk has been defeated by a combination of Sanji, Brook, Nami, and Zeus, while S-Snake, I guess is what Boa's called. Anyway, the Boa Seraphim is absolutely won in a it was an enjoyable encounter, but definitely winning her fight and turned both Lilith and Usopp completely to stone, while somehow Frankie, is it because he's half cyborg? I'm not sure, but Frankie was turned halfway to stone, or is slowly turning to stone, but it wasn't instantaneously. So Frankie might still be active. I don't think he got fully transformed into complete stone by the end of the chapter, but have to wait and see. And as I said, the main fight that we really care about, seeing, Luffy and Lucci team up and Kaku and Zoro team up, they're doing pretty respectable. S-Hawk is actually struggling against Zoro and stuff, so Blackbeard fans absolutely hate this and are just losing their minds. And S-Bear is doing quite well, holding his own up against, of course, Lucci and Luffy respectively, but as I said, we get this very comedic moment where he's like, yes, it's a Lunarian, yes, all this and stuff like that. Though there was a moment in the chapter that I got I was like a little like, wait a minute, what? Like, this seems kind of obvious, because Zoro mentions, like, I just fought a guy named King that was very much like this, and then we have the comedic moment, because he's got black wings, red skin, this, that, the other thing, flames on his back, and they're like, how did you not notice that sooner? Because he first apologizes, like, I should have made the connection, and Lucci's like, well, you've made it now, that's the main thing, But then he lists off all the reasons as to what is similar, and he's like, okay, wait a minute, what? How did you not instantly just go, oh, another, a Lunarian, easy peasy. Now, of course, Vegapunk, here's my problem, my one little nitpick about this particular scene, is that Shaka is still there, 01 Vegapunk, and is stating, wait a minute now, and he runs off to the end of the chapter, and we'll talk about that, but he runs off, and he thinks he might know where the Stella body is, and he was right, he knew where it was, so it's definitely part of the Vegapunk labs, as we all kind of surmised. It's not some secret laboratory that Vegapunk never knew about. But he was surprised to see the Cypher Bowl there. Anyways, we'll talk about that at the very end of the chapter, or the end of the review. but because we've already covered the fights, that it was, it is what it is. But then we had this one moment from Shaka here who says, wait, what? Kaido has a Lunarian on his crew? And he's like, yeah, his name was King. I'm not sure, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, the way the translation, it could be a translation thing, so this is why it's only a nitpick right now. But Shaka's like, wait, what? You fought a Lunarian? There's a Lunarian on Kaido's crew? He's like, yeah, like, he had the flames and the wings and everything. And then Shaka goes, I see, that must have been, and knows his name. He's like, yes, Kaido rescued him from this place like 25 years ago, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait, so you were super shocked, like, what? Like, not eyes bugging, obviously, the helmet, but it was like, oh my god, big revelation, big news, Morgan's head title, Vegapunk, shocked, absolutely flabbergasted that Kaido would have a Lunarian on his crew. And then knows everything about that Lunarian and knows that Kaido broke him out and escaped with him 20 years ago. Yeah, didn't connected those dots fast enough to make the dots, and we're complaining, and we have the comedic moment with Zoro not making the connection. I mean, and Vegapunk's the one who made the Seraphim, so knows exactly where they came from, and is like, wait, what? Kaido has, of course, like, how does he not know that? That makes no sense to me that Vegapunk does not know that King is the Lunarian and on the team, like, or at the very least assumes that Lunarian is still, at the very, very, very least, there should have been no shocker that Kaido has a Lunarian on his team, because the literally surviving Lunarian that you used to create the Seraphim was broken out by Kaido of the Beasts himself, and you never heard about his death, so, like, it's actually a decent assumption that Kaido broke it out and they're teamed up now, and they've been teamed up forever, so it, like, right now it's only it's a early translation, so I'm gonna give it some time to see if maybe they fix that line, but it's just the way it was described. It's like, how are you shocked by this? Like, you're supposed to be the man, the myth, the legend, the one who's 500 years in the future with a brain the size. Literally, you took your brain out and put it into a supercomputer to make Skynet, and you can't make these simple deductions. It's just yeah. Anyways, as you guys can tell, I'm not a huge fan of Vegapunk or this arc. Anytime we're on Egghead Island, I'm usually like, can't wait for next week. I'm waiting for next week, right? So, the end part of the chapter, Shaka does know where they were, does find the Stella Buddy of Vegapunk, finds the CP0, Agents is shocked that they're there, and goes, I never knew, like, wow, how could you be here? But, of course, doesn't mention to anybody where he's exactly going, and then he gets shot, looks like, straight in the head. I think Shaka just straight up got killed. Hopefully, like, hopefully Oda will stick to that, but maybe he'll be like, the circuitry in my brain, my head's actually down here. Some of those, like that Men in Black thing, he opens up and it's like, opens up the face and it's the little alien inside the big head or something like that. Maybe, I could see Oda doing it because Oda seems to refuse to kill characters these days. So, maybe, but I'm hoping that was just a straight up execution shot. But we still never got any real indication other than the fact that it was a gunshot. We got the silhouette and a panel of a gun, being raised, fired, boom. Vegapunk is super shocked, like, Shaka, no! And we still don't have the reveal. I guess Vegapunk must have seen in the background, in the shadows, who shot Shaka. That's going to be the new thing. Who shot JR, Well, that's a way too old a reference for anybody who watches these. But that was the big headline back in the day. Who shot JR? From Dallas. It was a TV show. Anyways, fact of the matter is that we're going to have one of those for right now, I guess. And that's chapter 1077, As I said, they're basically in the same position they were with the Zoro-Luffy fight. They're winning against S-Shark in the Nami Brook, Sanji fight. And they're losing very heavily in the Frankie Lilith Usopp fight. Where is... Maybe it's because I'm really disinterested with the Egghead Island arc, but where is Jinbei and... Did I miss him? Like, where is Jinbei and Robin and people? Oh, and the beginning part of the chapter was just literally a recap of Ohara. They recapped all the details from Ohara. Sentomaro recapped it and basically said the same thing's going to happen on this island. We know that. So the first few pages were kind of, if you didn't remember Robin's backstory, I guess this was a nice refresher. How you would forget one of the most important backstories in the entire series is kind of sus to me, but alright, is what it is. It's a little suspect, but whatever. So yeah, that's all that happened this chapter. Did I miss anything? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And like, comment, subscribe. Oh, and don't forget, Nia D. Hemmings. I'll see if I can find the video and link it in the description down below. But he ranked all the big three, including One Piece arcs with a few with a VC and all that stuff on Twitch. I believe he was intending to upload it to YouTube. I don't know if it's uploaded yet, but if it is, I will be linking that down in the comment section down below. I was a part of the majority, the tail end of the Bleach one. I missed the Naruto one, and I was part of the majority of the One Piece one. And yeah, we had our differing opinions and stuff, and I had some, you know, old habits, die-hard nitpicks and stuff, just to go against the grain a little bit, create some drama. But other than that, we had a great time, so thank you very much to Nia D. Hemmings for letting me on there. So definitely, if it's up on YouTube, the link will be there. Go check it out. See how we ended up ranking all the One Piece arcs individually. So that is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, everyone, and we'll see you back here next time for the next piece of One Piece. I pray we leave this island soon. Alright, see you later, everybody.